Hi, it's Mrs. David. I'd like to introduce you to the artist Raku Inoue. He was born in Tokyo, Japan in 1983, and at age 9 he moved to Montreal, Canada, where he still lives today. He studied graphic design in college and loves nature and gardening. Raku Inoue's recent works mainly featured organic materials and flowers. He believes that art is about expressing yourself and trying to add something new to the world. Please watch this video, and then the lesson instructions will follow after the video. Enjoy!
My name is Raku Inoue. We're going to make insects out of plants. Picking the material, it's always about finding interesting shapes, interesting colors. And also at the same time, it's also about cleaning our garden. So, when you have a garden, you have to trim out some excess branches anyways. So instead of just throwing them in the compost, I will use them for my arrangements. During summer, we have much more choice. As you can see, pretty much everything is dead right now. But there's still beauty when we look closely. High five. Yes. I come back inside. Usually at that time, I pour myself a second coffee. And then by drinking the coffee, I just let my creative thought go. So the goal is to really be free. I guess creative freedom is what I was seeking. I usually start with interesting shapes. So then I will start selecting. I will start trimming out what's nice and what's usable. At that time, usually I have a general direction that I want to take. So I usually just pick an insect or just a basic shape, and I'll try to fill that shape up with materials that I just picked. I am making the horn right now for my Japanese rhinoceros beetle. I usually try to do this without glue, without tape. There you go. And then I'll just start adding to it. But like everything in nature, sometimes it's hard to control. So controlling was never part of this exercise. It was always meant to go with the flow, I guess. After this, it's like a small puzzle. I just try to find the pieces. This is an ikebana scissors. They're very useful to cut any type of branches. That's it. Just clean up. And it's done, complete. I make sure it looks nice from above, because when I take the shot from bird's eye view.
Now that you've seen some beautiful art, you are going to create your own symmetrical indoor insect challenge by using things that you find inside of your house. This is the symmetrical indoor insect that I made. I used items that I found inside of my house, like Legos, a little bit of food, some snacks, some office supplies, and just some random items. First, let's look at the parts of an insect. All insects have a head at the top, a thorax, and then an abdomen at the bottom. They also have 6 legs. 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. Symmetrical means that an item is the same on both sides. So if you look at my symmetrical insect, it has 3 legs on the left side and 3 legs on the right side, an eye on the left side, an eye on the right side. I have the line of symmetry going down the center of my insect, and I drew it here so you could take a look. To create your own symmetrical indoor insect, you need to do 3 things. You need to collect items from your house with your adult's permission. You need to arrange those items on your sketchbook page, and then you're going to take a picture with a bird's eye view or top-down view, like you learned in last week's assignment. Please do not go outside and take things like leaves and sticks and flowers. We're going to make these insects out of things that we can find indoors in our own house. Watch the following video to check out how to make a cool indoor insect. Hi first grade, it's Mrs. David again. We're going to build our symmetrical insects. Your building base is going to be your sketchbook. So you'll open to one page of your sketchbook. You'll gather some materials. I don't really have that many materials. I just went into my kitchen, I went into my office, I found some pencils, rubber bands, whatever you can find. Some pieces of pasta that were like in the bottom of a box that I know nobody's gonna probably eat at my house, some cereal, some random different Legos, some staples, whatever I could find. Now I'm gonna build my insect by just playing. When I think of my insect, I showed you the insect sheet with the head, thorax, and abdomen. So I'm going to need to decide, what am I going to use for the head? Maybe I'll use like a nice flat base for my thorax. Maybe these 2 pieces will be my thorax together. And then maybe this big blue Lego will be my abdomen. Then I'll keep adding on, thinking about keeping the line of symmetry down the middle of my paper. Add some marshmallows. Let's see, what could I add for legs? So I'm just playing and creating an insect. Ooh, this pasta's good. I noticed that some of the circular pasta was rolling around the paper, and that was super frustrating to me. So I'm glad I switched to some pasta that was a little bit more, had a little bit more of a ridge on it. I'm using 6 legs for my insect. That was also on the insect sheet. When you're done building your insect, thinking and looking and making sure that it's symmetrical, then you're going to take that bird's eye view picture. This is not really your art, the actual items. You're not gluing them to the paper. You're not keeping these items. You're going to put all this away. I might throw out the marshmallows and the cereal, but I'm going to put everything back where it belongs in my house, but the actual art is the photograph that you take after you've played and had a chance to create your insect. So I have my head, my thorax, my abdomen, my 6 legs, and I can keep on building. Maybe I'll use one of these little guys for a stinger. These are just some perler beads that I found in my house. So then I'll be ready for my bird's eye view picture. Remember that lesson from last week about photography? We learned about taking a bird's eye view of items. Here you can see I am sitting down, putting my elbows on top of my knees, a little bit leaning over. I'm keeping my iPad horizontal or level, flat to the floor. I'm taking that picture, trying not to take any of the items that are around my sketchbook, just the items on the sketchbook. Then take the picture, save it so that you can send it to your teacher in Seesaw.